527. 527 is not just any number, but it is the cost of freedom which we had to pay during the 3-month-long Kargil War of 1999. 527 is the number of brave men who made the ultimate sacrifice to preserve the sovereignty of our motherland. The Kargil War, on one side, highlighted the exemplary high-altitude mountain warfare capability of Indian Army and the indomitable spirit of our soldiers. It also, on the other, pointed towards intelligence failure and dangerous gaps in some vital capabilities, which, unfortunately, increased the number of fatalities we had to endure. One such gap in capability was recognized during the war when our armed forces realized that the Russian Mi-25 and Mi-35 attack helicopters in IAF inventory were unable to operate in the thin atmosphere of the high-altitude regions along LOC. So, in order to dislodge the well-entrenched Pakistani intruders, IAF's Mi-17 transport helicopters were modified and equipped with 57 mm rocket pods, with each helicopter armed with 4 pods. This was not the optimum solution, as these helicopters were vulnerable to anti-aircraft fire and man-pads. But then, there was no other option. On 28 May 1999, 4 of these modified Mi-17 were tasked with the duty to strike point 5140 along Tololing Hill. During the mission, as soon as the leading Mi-17 of the formation struck the target with its 128 rocket payload, the intruders launched a barrage of man-pad missiles. Unfortunately, one of these missiles found mark and struck the third Mi-17 of the 4 aircraft formation, which led to the downing of the helicopter, and all 4 on board were KIA. This loss was learned from, and post-war, the need of a dedicated attack helicopter able to operate in high-altitude regions was recognized. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, extending from its experience and expertise gained during the development of HAL-3, was assigned the task of developing HAL-LCH, or Light Combat Helicopter, which would later be officially named PRACHAND. PRACHAND is a twin-engine light attack helicopter, which is tailored for Indian Armed Forces, which have to operate in high Himalayan regions. This makes PRACHAND stand apart from any other attack helicopter, as even in those regions with extremely thin atmosphere, the helicopter is agile and able to carry a substantial payload. The helicopter is capable of comfortably operating from helipads at over 4,800 meters and is also the world's first attack helicopter which has landed in Siachen. It has an operational service ceiling of 6,500 meters or 21,000 feet, which is a feat no other attack helicopter can do. PRACHAND was designed with agility and survivability in mind. Tandem seating configuration was decided, where the 2-man crew sits one behind the other. This allowed a sleeker, more agile design. Various acoustic and infrared IR signature reduction measures were incorporated into the helicopter's design, which reduces enemies' chance of detecting and engaging the helicopter, and also its vulnerability to man-pad missiles, which, generally work by tracking the aircraft's IR or heat signature. PRACHAND also has a crash-absorbing landing gear and a self-sealing fuel tank, which reduce the chance of crew fatalities in case of a crash or combat mishap. It is integrated with world-class sensors which enable it to detect, track, and engage enemy forces. This see-first, shoot-first capability is critical to modern warfare. Although the designation is light, PRACHAND packs a heavy punch. When fully loaded, the machine weighs near 6 tons and is capable of carrying about 950 kgs of weapons payload on 4 hard points, which are located on its stub wings. This payload can be anything from dumb bombs and rockets to precision-guided munitions, or even the Mistral air-to-air missile, which allows PRACHAND to fend off any enemy aircraft intruding into its operational airspace. The helicopter also is equipped with a French 20 mm autocannon, which is capable of destroying enemy troops and equipment to shreds, including the lightly armored vehicle. In a pure anti-armor, anti-tank mission profile, the chopper can be armed with up to 16 ATGMs, anti-tank guided missiles, in a 4x4 configuration, 4 missiles by 4 launchers. This, combined with a flying range of around 750 kilometers and an endurance of 4 hours, allows PRACHAND to stay over the combat zone over a longer period and unleash fury on the enemy. With 15 of these already inducted into service, 10 IAF and 5 IA, a follow-on order for 156 more is in pipeline. This is significant and shows that PRACHAND Kal is just getting started.